Hi, I'm John Crossman and you're watching Video 101. This is the third in a series of videos about career paths. And today, the first video was starting at a TV station. The second video was, getting a degree and starting at a corporate media job. And in this video, I'm going to talk about what everybody thinks you do when you tell them you're a video professional, and that is, oh, do you do weddings? It probably varies around the country in some degree. The wedding video market, in my opinion, is very competitive because the same base rules apply as what I've talked about in the two other career things, and that is it really how busy you are, how successful you're able to become is all predicated on building a good network of people that you've done work for. And if you're just starting out on your own, that can be very hard to do because you just can't go knock on doors and say, I do wedding videos, anybody getting married in the house that I can do? What happens more times than not is you have a friend and they're going to get married and they know that you like to do video or that you've done some stuff on YouTube or whatever. However they know you, they know that you have some kind of interest and or background or skill set in video. So they say, well, would you do my wedding video? And you go, sure. And you do that and do a really nice job because they're your friends and you want to make it special and they want to do certain things and you go, fine. And you put a ton of hours into it, and when it's done, you feel great because you've helped them out and they're happy with it, and it's a win-win. And someone else, standing in the reception line, sees the video playing and goes, wow, that's really cool how they did this or how they did that. And they say, well, who did your wedding video? And they go, oh, well, Alice did our wedding video, and isn't she great? And they go, yeah, well, I have a daughter that's going to get married, do you think she could do ours? And anyway, that's kind of how it starts. And besides having hopefully all the skills, I've talked a little about being a natural for it. Let's assume that you have the natural ability to shoot and light and tell a story and make a video interesting, and that you maybe even have a passion for trying to make each video as unique as it can possibly be, realizing that people generally want kind of the same thing in their wedding videos, but maybe you're good at directing people out in the park, to do funny things, or you found some spots that you wouldn't expect to be in a wedding video, like an industrial waste site or something that is very photogenic. Who knows what it is? But besides having kind of that artistic, you do have to have, some business chops to do it, because you're building this business, you are only one person. So if you get 5 weddings on one weekend in June, which wouldn't be out of the question, now you've got to find other people that are willing to subcontract with you. You can't really raise your price. In fact, you might have a hard time if they want you and Bobby shows up instead of you. You've got to communicate all of this well, and you've got to coordinate it and handle it well and make sure that whoever you send to these other weddings is going to get you the kind of look that you want and the kind of story shots that you want and all that. So you've got to be able to manage those people, and probably the hardest thing is managing the clients, because they don't know. When you go to a doctor and you say, it hurts when I do this, and they say, well, that could be this or this, and you kind of just go, okay, well, how much is it going to cost to fix? Because you don't know anything about medicine. Well, for some strange reason, everybody thinks they know something about video. And so I'm working with a client right now that, wanted things that really, it would just be better to go reshoot it than to try to fix what they have, which isn't very good. And I told them that every time I've communicated with them that, you're really doing this the hard way. Even if it cost you $100 or, you know, whatever it costs, it would be much easier to just go reshoot it than for me to sit here hour after hour and try to fix something that just isn't fixable at the end of the day. So you have to have a skill set in dealing with people, because you're going to be the front line, not only performer, but also the front line negotiator and bill collector and invoice maker, and explaining why you know, you missed them cutting the cake, or why Bobby missed them cutting the cake. And so there's a lot involved outside of the actual artistic expression. And so you need to be aware of that if you're going to be a wedding video person. Those same aspects you need if you're just going to be a freelance video professional too. And I would say those same skills you need even if you're going to work at a TV station your whole life. I mean, nobody wants to hire a jerk to do their wedding video. Nobody wants to work with a jerk at a TV station. And nobody wants the jerk to work on their project in the corporate media department. And so a certain level of those skill sets you're going to have no matter what you do. Because all business, including video, is a people business kind of at the end. But if you're an independent wedding videographer service, you're going to have more than your share, I think, as opposed to the other two, because your clients are always changing. It's a one and done kind of deal, where in other situations you might be working with these people for a couple of years, so you can develop a relationship. With a wedding video, it's all got to work the first time, so that they leave happy and you leave happy, and they can refer you to when their friends look at the wedding video and go, "Wow, that was really a good video. Who did that?" And you go, "Oh well, Alice did that. Isn't she great?" So that's kind of the wedding video thing. You need to develop a network of people, and so the way to do that might be to become the Bobby for some other Alice and say, you know, I'll go and shoot and, you know, shoot the lights out at this wedding. They don't know who I am. You know, I'm not getting the money that you're going to get for the wedding, but, you know, then you can take that part of the wedding video and put that in your reel. And when you go out, or you get a best friend who's going to get married, or hear about someone that's going to get married, you have something to show and say, yeah, here's a video that, you know, I shot for this or that, and so that you have some tools to help develop your network. But that is the critical thing in any of these professions, and having a career as a video professional, is developing a network of people that use your service, and like you. So those are things to be aware of. You're watching Video 101. My name is John Crossman, and thanks for watching.